Hi, I'm Aisha, one of the PGY3s and the chiefs for this upcoming academic year.
I'm Donius. I'm also going to be one of the third years and also one of the chiefs for this season.
So what do we love about UConn? I chose UConn because of its diversity, but then meeting everybody, I really love the people. It's a really good vibe. Everybody's so helpful. They always check on you during shifts. Even the consultants are very, very nice, generally very helpful. We have a lot of off-service rotations that we go to that you get great experience with.
I first met all the UConn people when I was a med student. I rotated at one of our hospitals here. I really fell in love with the residents and the attendings and the culture they had fostered here. So I have amazing ICU trained attendings that manage our red pods, which is our resuscitation area, and that was also a great experience for us.
I think one of the highlights of our program is our sim center and our ultrasound department. We have excellent ultrasound education and ultrasound pass pointer that keep us on our toes or on our fingers, depending on how you look at it. And our sim center is par none. Like, it's multi-level. We have every mannequin you can think about, and again, our faculty is absolutely committed to making sure we are well trained and get simulations in almost everything that we see when we take resuscitation or trauma cases.
And during orientation, we have a 6-week orientation period for all the interns, and we spend a significant amount of time with that at SESI, which is our sim center, and we get very well trained before we start our first shifts in ED.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm one of the PGY3s now at UConn.
I'm Emily. I'm one of the PGY3s and chiefs.
Heck yeah, she is. So what do we love about UConn? There's so many different things. I remember for me what really stood out was the people, and even at like the night before interview dinner, just like the vibe, the community feeling, and it just feels like family. That's like the biggest thing for me.
It's a really supportive environment, both residents and attendings, like Hannah said. Everyone seems to have your back. It's also nice to rotate through multiple different hospitals to really experience university-style hospitals, community, lots of trauma. So I feel like we get exposure to everything, and I feel like we're really well trained when we're leaving residency here.
Definitely. We have 3 level 1 trauma centers, which is incredible. One of them is a freestanding pediatric hospital. I think it's the only freestanding pediatric hospital in the state of Connecticut. Impressive. And we get to rotate at all of them, and all of the people that we interact with are amazing. Like, even like when you're on off-service rotations, whether you're on trauma, and if you're in the ICU, if you're doing psych, like whatever rotation you're on, everyone's just so lovely and so supportive, and you come out of here being really well trained.
I think that I started the program with a little bit of imposter syndrome, and I feel like just the support, the training has kind of let me grow into my own self and be more confident in myself and in my skills as well.
Yeah, I feel like, so now I'm going into second year, and we just had a talk this morning about the expectations of being a second year. So I feel like with each year, we're just being pushed a little bit more. So I do feel like over the next few years, I will eventually feel confident enough to go out and practice on my own. So I really do feel like this program has a kind of like a form of graduated responsibility to get one to that place.
All right. Hi, I'm Jenny. I am a PGY2 at UConn.
I'm Zach. I'm one of the PGY3 chief residents at UConn.
We wanted to chat a little bit about why UConn's so special. I really feel like you get really good training here, and not only that, but you also form a family, which is super important during residency, especially if you're coming from a different place like I am. I'm originally from Florida. What made my move easier and the transition itself was the bond that I formed at the very beginning with my intern class. I was able to find support within them, and then eventually support within a few other individuals that I became really close with, and I still am. And I think having that security of being able to just hang out with someone, and it might not be something academic, it might just be grabbing boba or going to the park, or even my co-resident just got a dog and going to the dog park. That in itself for me adds so much value. And Dr. London and Dr. Price do an amazing job of cultivating that type of environment and bringing in individuals that really kind of have that at the forefront of what they want in life. And not only that, but then also just having faculty and advisors just being always open to helping out, finding where to live, finding places to go to, depending on what you want or you're interested in.
And that ultrasound boot camp in orientation is just 2 straight days of 8+ hours of ultrasound, and is just really a good introduction into ultrasound. And then, you know, there's so many attendings that encourage you to use it on every shift that it's fantastic, and really you can do so much. You can become proficient at every single ultrasound, and then bring that into your future as an attending.
And I think what is awesome too is that Dr. Herbst is like big on like, yes, you can do a fellowship, like an ultrasound fellowship after residency, but this program within the 3 years that you're here leaves you strong enough to be able to do it proficiently and do it well, and then have that as another tool set in your tool belt.